Welcome to Realty Check, the podcast about the real lives of agents, lenders, and moms who do it all.
We're here for the honest conversations behind the business, the family, and everything in between. Let's get into it.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite duo, Amanda and Leni, for your Realty Check.
Welcome back.
Yay!
It's so good to be here.
I feel like it's been so long since we chatted with you all, but I realized you guys get to chat with us every 2 weeks, no matter what.
Every 2 weeks, I know. And today we are filming outside because my children decided that they needed to make a blanket fort in our family room before school this morning. And I was expressly told how upset that they would be if I had to tear it down and they had to start all the way over when my son got home from school. So,
or was this your kid's way of telling us to go touch grass?
I mean, look, I'm not complaining. There might be some trash truck noises in the background. Not so pleasant, but the birds will be pleasant in the background. So I'll take it.
And I feel pretty happy. I get to look at trees and your husband's garden. So
yeah. The yard's a bit overgrown, but it's okay. Look at that flower poking out of the grass right there.
Look at that.
Pretty.
See, you should write that in your nature
journal. Okay, I'll do that.
It was funny. We sat back out here and I said, Amanda, it looks like you have your tomatoes are growing flowers. She says, those aren't my tomatoes. Those are Michael's tomatoes. And I said, you can claim your husband's stuff.
Okay, I'm all here for it. I certainly benefit from his labor, so take it.
So, Amanda, crying, thriving, how you doing?
It feels like chaos. And there are two things that are happening right now that kind of just make it feel a little bit like chaos.
Yeah.
One of them is not like... Okay, we'll just jump in. I had a skin check earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's just I'm very white. My skin is very fragile. And so I try to go in for skin checks pretty regularly. And there was this spot on my face that has been concerning me for about a year or so. And so, last year, the dermatologist said, hey, if that's still here in a couple of months, come back. So a good 12 months later, I came back.
Good on you.
So maybe a little longer than I was supposed to wait. But the good news is it's skin damage, but not cancerous. And so she just burned it off. So I just have to deal with this spot on my face.
It's a small blemish.
I know. Well, here's the thing too, is she's like, oh, go ahead and put makeup on it if you want. And I'm like, why would I want to put makeup on this? I mean, it looks like it's scarring or whatever. And so why would I want to cover that up? I feel like it would just make it more angry.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. One of the problems is that I'm a picker. And I've already felt myself picking the edges of it and stopping myself. And so I'm trying really hard to keep my hands to myself. And I don't know how to stop myself from being who I am.
I'm a picker as well.
My knees look like battle zones in the summertime, with ingrown hairs, and then I start picking them, and then they turn into scars all over my legs. It's so embarrassing.
I used to, for a while, I would sleep with mittens. So that I wouldn't night pick.
Okay.
But I felt crazy. I was going to sleep with mittens on.
Fair. So that's my first crazy is just I mean, hey, no matter what your skin tone, please get regular skin checks because anyone can get skin cancer.
This is your reminder, people.
Not just white people. I just am more prone to it. But yeah, it's the picking. And then my second update is I'm in the thick of purchasing a new car with my husband. And it is taking all of my brain energy.
Yeah.
And so it's not like a crying versus thriving. It's going to be great to get a new car, but it's just I'm on the websites every day, refreshing multiple times of because we're getting a new to us car and we're getting a used car. And so I'm okay, what is in our price range? Yeah. That is, we have a specific car that we're looking for, a specific mileage number we want, specific year, all of these things. And so I feel manic, just constantly refreshing, looking for the car.
Well, it's not helpful that, you're in a competitive market. And so
during baseball season.
During baseball.
peak baseball season.
And so you're like trying to look at cars and you're like, okay, I want to go look at this. And you're like, but my husband can't look at it until tomorrow. And they call you and say it's sold. And so
So yesterday I showed a car to my husband. He's like, yes, I want to go look at it. So we scheduled for that evening. I got like babysitting lined up. We had a test drive lined up. 2 hours later, I got a call from the dealership that it had sold in that amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, okay. Okay, you want to know the worst part of that story?
What? Tell me.
No, I can't.
Tell me.
Okay, so Michael sent me this car a week ago. And he was like, this one looks really good. We should check it out. And I said, no, it's a little too old. I think it's a little bit too many miles. And they only have exterior pictures of it. And so like, I don't know. I don't think so. And so he, he's like, okay. And he listened to me. And so we didn't look at it. And then yesterday, all the interior photos got posted. And I sent it to him and I said, oh, look at this one. I think it's worth a look. And then I was like, wait, Elk Grove, white Highlander. This looks awfully familiar. I scroll up in our text chain and I'm like, yeah, this might be the one that you sent me 5 days ago. And I said no, but like now that I can see the inside of it, I'm like, yeah, let's go look at it. So on the way home, or like yesterday evening, I was talking to him and I'm like, okay, I trust you now. If you say that we should go look at something, I'll
Poor
listen.
Michael.
Because, 5 days ago, this car could have been ours.
Yeah. Well.
We've looked at multiple cars in the meantime that we could have gone down and looked at this one. But nope, by the time I decided it was worth a look, 2 hours later, it was gone.
Hey, you know what? Moments of... And you know what? I think that's the learning moment from the dealership, though. They should have posted interior photos to begin with.
True story.
True story. This is a story about their mess up, okay?
Yes.
We're going to put it on them.
Absolutely.
I'm here for women's rights and women's wrongs, okay?
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was super sick for a while. So I have really bad allergies.
As we sit outside in the grass with all the pollinating things now.
The thing is, I'm usually pretty congested, snotty for about a month and a half in the spring and a month and a half in the fall.
Okay.
I worked really hard with my doctor last year and we got me on a really good regimen. But the thing is, it takes 2 weeks to go into effect. So I should have started this sooner, but I wasn't expecting for us to hit a crazy heat wave and for everything to be ready to bloom now. Yeah. And so anyways, I'm on my regimen. There's an inhaler, there's nose spray, there's a pill, there's like all these things I have to do daily. Anyhow, it's great. I got it. My immune system was so focused on that front that I got sick on top of having allergies. Gosh. And I had 101 fever. No. I was like, the body aches and I am trying to work. I am trying to parent. I am trying to stay alive. I don't want to cook. I don't want to do anything. I want to just die in bed. So that starts healing up. I'm feeling great. Well, I'm an ingredient household. I'm one of those people that like cooks meals even when I'm sick, even when I shouldn't be. Anyways, I was cooking and I was cutting some pork shank and I sliced my finger. And again, my body was so preoccupied with dealing with my allergies, dealing with the sickness, that it wasn't focused on my finger and my finger got infected.
How bad did it get infected, Leni?
So bad. My finger was like triple in size. I had to go to the ER. God. And again, here I am at the ER sending out, I'm having agents text me for pre-approval letters. I'm like sending pre-approval letters from the ER waiting room. Yeah. With a child on my lap.
Of course.
And like doing all of this. And then as soon as I leave the doctor's office to get my finger drained, get put on antibiotics and everything, then I have to go coach T-ball literally an hour after that. And so I'm just like,
the life you live.
I love, this season of life. It's so beautiful outside. I love that my child is thoroughly enjoying T-ball. I love that the market is picking up a little bit. I could do without the illnesses piling on top of each other. So I was a little manic, a little cryy for like the past few weeks, but I'm better now.
Also, I like how you really brushed over it, but the fact that you're an ingredient household, like I would cry if I did not feel well and then I had to make something from scratch because I didn't have something I could just throw in the air fryer or in the microwave to eat.
I did cry there. Okay. So my child went to their dad's house for the weekend while I was sick, which godsend. But I'm laying there. And the thing is, when my kid's not there, I don't have as much of a desire to cook because my child's not there, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm just...
Because you live for what's best for your child, not what's best for you.
Yeah. So I'm having a woe is me moment, just like laying in bed, like laptop next to me. And then I realized it's been since breakfast that I ate and it's like 6 p.m.
Girl.
I need to eat. My body is like sweating everything out.
Yeah.
Like I need sustenance. And then I was like, I don't want to cook. I don't have food that's ready to go. And so I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to order Grubhub or something. And I am a frugal person. I am too frugal for my own good. I don't like spending money on myself. Spending money on others. If you called me right now and you said you were sick, I'm ordering you Grubhub. But for myself, that seems like such a waste of time, waste of money. So here I am needing soup. I'm looking at Panera. I'm like reading it and I was like, am I really about to pay $30 to have someone deliver me soup? And I was like really struggling with it. And I called my friend and she yelled at me on the phone. She's like, order that damn soup. And so I ordered the soup. So anyways, long story long, I'm here. I'm thriving again. I'm surviving. Everything's great. I was having a crying moment for about 2 weeks.
I'm so glad you're on the other side of it.
I know.
For all things.
Me too.
Your finger, your cold, allergies seem to have be better.
Yes,
you know?
definitely better.
Yeah,
Definitely
so
better.
That's good.
I still can't smell anything, but that's fine.
Who needs to smell?
Who needs to smell?
You only need that to taste food. Who needs to smell though?
But I know you guys really just came here to hear us complain. But Amanda, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the day and the life.
Ooh.
Day in the life for real estate.
Yeah.
So like day in the life for an agent, day in the life for a loan officer, how we are similar, how we're different.
Yeah.
And usually I am the one who puts together the outlines and I put us through like a good cadence of episode. And I didn't do that this week. And so I'm throwing it back on you and I'm going to make you be, I'm trying to give this up. We'll see if I can make it the whole episode with you being in charge.
I love it.
I'm giving up the outline to you and you're going to lead us through this episode and hopefully it won't be a 2-hour episode like our last one and we can be succinct.
You leave me in charge and I'll make us talk. We'll have a Joe Rogan episode and we're going to
honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just feel like here we go. This is why it takes so long because we go on tangents, but I also think that that's why people love listening to us. But there's no my dog is digging a hole in the backyard. He has decided. Okay, cool.
10 feet from us.
Cool. He's got the biggest smile on his face.
He does.
Though.
You're so cute.
I feel like men, not all men. I'll start this by men feel like they can do what they want.
Yeah.
Right? And then as women, we're constantly apologizing.
Yes.
And making ourselves smaller.
Yeah.
So here I am feeling bad that instead of a 45-minute episode, we put out a 2-hour episode for the last one.
Yeah.
When in reality, this is our podcast.
Yeah.
This is our show.
Yep.
If we decide that 2 hours is what we want to put out to the world, then I don't give a flying fuck what anyone else thinks.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm clapping right now.
It was really uncomfortable for me to say that out loud, and I don't know how fully I believe what I just said out loud, but I'm putting it out there because I truly believe, I need to speak it into existence.
Yes. This is actually our space. We don't have to make ourselves smaller at all in this space.
That feels so weird to say.
We can be as big as we want.
That's scary. I love it, though.
I'm manspreading right now. So
it makes me really happy. And you know what? If we're too much for some people, then they can turn off the podcast halfway through or they can listen to it over multiple settings.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? When we send out a 2-hour episode, that's just 2 episodes for you.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So Amanda, you and I actually, we're both primary parents. Shocker. Bet y'all never knew that. And so I feel like in a lot of ways, our day blocking looks pretty similar.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's also nice is our kids go to the same school. So, I mean, it really looks similar in that sense.
So similar.
It looks so similar.
This is why we co-work so often together.
Yes.
Because our schedules line up so beautifully.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, walking through your day, I remember, I think it was one of our first episodes, you talked about like your blocking and kind of like energy blocking,
Energy
right?
blocking, yeah.
So like, how does your day look kind of like on like a larger scale?
Yeah, I'll go, I'll kind of oscillate back and forth between daily and weekly and kind of like what that looks like. So if you zoom out just a little bit on a weekly level, I typically will focus a majority of my working time during the work week. So usually 4 to 5 days of the week, I am pretty solidly focused on work. I try to keep weekends to a minimal. I am a parent. I have kids.
Yeah.
They have baseball. They have like whatever. But there are many times when I need to do showings that take up a good portion of a weekend, or if I have a listing, open houses. And so those are pretty much, I think the way that my hours are stated somewhere. I don't even know where I wrote my hours. It has like my ideal weekly hours where people can expect to hear from me pretty quickly, like 9 to 4 p.m. during the week. And then I say weekends by appointment only. So I'm happy to work weekends for active clients, and but I'm less likely to work weekend hours for prospects or other things. And that's where I'm at in life with my family dynamic, based on my prospecting pillars.
Yeah.
Because that also is really dependent on which days of the week you need to focus on work. And for example, if you're getting a lot of leads from open houses, then you have to be on for the weekend to do those open houses. But maybe you're taking a couple other days during the week that are like these are me except by appointment only type situation.
And I love that you're explaining the difference between an active client versus a prospective client, because there is a difference.
Yes.
I mean, yes, obviously we need prospective clients. We need leads in order to keep our business moving forward.
95% of our job is actively looking for clients.
But if you have an active client and that's not following through, those leads are going to dwindle up.
Yes.
So when it comes down to it, you know, an active client, if they need me on a weekend, I'm going to prioritize that.
Correct. Or outside of my quote unquote working hours.
Yes.
I'm not really going to talk to anyone after about 7 or 8 p.m., probably because I'll be asleep.
Yeah.
But as far as, and depending on, you know, how urgent the matter is, but I'm more likely to work outside of quote unquote regular working hours with active clients because we've got stuff we got to do. We got to-do lists. We got things, you know, people are counting on us to get things moving.
So you said 9 to 4.
9 to 4 is when people can expect a pretty quick response from me.
Okay.
And they can hear from me outside of those hours. I'm a lot of times sending emails at 6 a.m. But the 9 to 4 is more, I want to set expectations reasonably, and then, you know, I can exceed expectations on the back end, but to the outside world, I don't want people thinking that I work 24/7.
Yeah.
If that makes
That's healthy.
Yeah. So that's kind of like on a macro scale, what a day in the life looks like as far as, you know, 4 to 5 days focusing on prospecting and
so are you on? Sorry, I just really want to. Yeah. Are you on from 9 a.m. to 4?
No, not necessarily. Well, okay. I guess it depends on what your definition of on is.
Yeah.
I think that we'll go a little bit deeper into what an actual day-to-day looks like.
Yeah.
But I am on in the sense that I am consistently checking emails and phone and texts and things like that. I might be doing other things with my day. I'm not doing prospecting activities, sitting in front of my computer doing prospecting activities from 9 to 4 every single day, but I am accessible for things and I'm willing to, and I have, like I use the Calendly program. It's like an app, a program, and I have different appointment types that people can set up with me. And so 9 to 4 is usually the window of when people can make an appointment with me without me having to confirm with them that the appointment time is available.
That makes
so it
complete
like
sense.
syncs with my calendar. That way, if I have something on my Google Calendar, I can block out when I'm picking up my kids, when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that, when other things are scheduled, it'll block it out and it'll reduce the times that people can set things up on my schedule. But I have like, let's do a buyer's consultation, a seller consultation. Yeah. One of those is a Zoom call. Another one is just a phone call for 10 minutes before we set up something further down the line. I have, if people want to learn more about becoming a real estate agent or joining my brokerage at EXP. So these are all little calendar invite things
that they can make on their own.
That they can figure out on their own, and it'll sync and show them all of my available times.
Nice.
And I have it set so that it's like based on my calendar, but only between the hours of 9 and 4, Monday through Friday.
Yeah. I like that.
Good? Okay. Awesome. So that is macro. Then on a micro day-to-day level, this is where I'm more focused, and I've talked about it before, but I'm focusing on the energy blocking. So for sure, I am my least productive after 4 p.m. So I am like, that's one of the reasons that it's a cutoff. Another reason is because that's when my husband is and my kids are all home. Like it's more of like our family time. It can be really chaotic. Not a lot of productive things are happening on the work front.
Also, you want to spend time with your family.
I want to spend time with my family, like all of those things. So I kind of like anything after 4 is like, for the most part, not available.
Yeah.
Again, unless there's an active client need. And I'm still checking my emails and checking my texts and phone calls throughout the evening, but I'm certainly not answering any numbers that I don't have saved to my phone after 4 p.m. Usually not during the day anyway, unless it's a local number. But I swear half the time the scammers just clone local numbers anyway.
They do now.
So.
Yeah, they've gotten smarter.
I feel like I'm right at the cusp of stopping to being nice. I know it's not their fault. I know they're doing their job, and I try to be nice. But after I don't want to give you 4 no's before you allow me to hang up. So
you heard me answer the phone to scammers, or I have lenders just call me ad nauseam, being like, "Do you have any private money loans?"
Yeah,
and I'll be like, "No, thank you," and I just hang up nowadays.
Yeah,
like before I used to be nice, but I'm like, nope. After I say no once, I'm hanging up.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I end the conversation pretty quickly if I can. And then mornings, it kind of depends. My alarm is set. I wake up at 6:20 in the morning during the weekdays. And then usually I will stay in bed until about 7 reading news. So I have some newsletters that I read and like different places that I get news. And so that's like my letting me wake up, get connected to the world, see what's going on, and not have to get up and get going. Yeah. And then
I like that.
Yeah, it works out really well for me. And then 7 to 8 is getting my kids ready for school. Sometimes after school drop off. So then school drop off is between like 8 and 9. And then it's again that 9 to 4. Those are my available window for working hours. And sometimes I have a lot of work that needs to be done. You were at my house at 9 a.m. this morning, and we were ready to record our ready is a very loose term. I had dishes I needed to do. I needed to eat. I needed to chat with you about things that happened in the last 12 hours since I last saw you. So ready is a very loose word here. But, I had an appointment with you at 9 to do our podcast because this for me is, I see it as a pillar of my business. Yes. It is building relationship with people. It's building relationship with potential clients. It's building relationship with other agents. And so for me, this would be something that I would put into my hours of work.
Yeah.
so sometimes I have something right at 9. Sometimes if I don't really have something urgent that I need to get to, I like to take my daughter to the gym in the morning and get a little bit of me time. And so it just kind of depends on the day and what that looks like. And so then between 9 and 4, it's a very fluid time for me as far as what are my money-making activities or prospecting goals for that day. Different seasons, I have different level of effort that I'm putting into prospect. Like right now, because I'm so goddamn focused on getting a new car, I'm not doing a ton of prospecting. I'm not like doing a ton of because my prospecting time is I'm like focusing it on.
I know we talked about this. It's that mental load, right? I mean, I know that you're not in a rush to buy a car, but the fact that it's on your brain, it's all encompassing and taking away from other things.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm trying to like get this off my plate, and it's taking a lot of time. And then, doing client needs as far as like right now I have a listing. And so making sure that I'm checking in with agents who have had clients that have viewed the listing, seeing where the hesitancies are on writing offers, seeing if there are different ways to either market the listing or help combat some of the concerns of buyers. Honestly, though, like in the market right now, it is just buyers are just taking their time.
Yeah.
And so part of my job right now is helping calm my sellers and making sure that they're fully aware that even though we're not getting a ton of showings and we don't have offers, that this is still very much in line with what the market looks like right now.
Yes, it is.
Because I think that there can be some panic, especially coming off of COVID and post-COVID and the craziness of home buying, where people expect 20 or 30 people through an open house. Yeah. And I had to explain to my sellers recently that like, honestly, 0 to 4 is typical. 0 to 4 parties, unless it is just an incredible deal in a highly desired neighborhood.
Move-in ready.
I mean, and honestly, not a condo.
Yeah.
Like no HOA. I feel like HOA tends to kind of put a little damper.
It does.
So, these are all conversations I'm having. So all that to say, that's kind of what my day-to-day looks like. We can talk more. I don't really feel like I can talk more concisely. Yeah. Because that is essentially what my day-to-day looks like, is like, it's more of like an availability window. And I try to front load. So going back to energy blocking, I try to front load my tasks that I need to do, because I am sharper in the morning hours right after I drop my kids off at school than I am after lunch and certainly after pickup of the kids and things like that. The further into the day we go, then the less sharp I am. I'm
essentially the same, I am a crazy person. I actually don't have an alarm set.
That is chaos. It's stressing.
When I tell people
stress me out.
They look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, "What time do you wake up?" I'm like, usually around like 5:30.
You stress me out.
I mean, if you wake up.
I know. If you consistently woke up later, then it would be a problem.
Yes, but I consistently wake up early. The other thing is, my child consistently wakes up early.
Yeah. You do have an alarm clock.
I do have an alarm, but even
it's a child.
Yes, it's a child. It's a human alarm clock. I made it myself. We wake up early. We're 5:30 a.m.ers. Like, we wake up and then we just cuddle in bed. Yeah. We talk. We like kind of like, I guess we acclimatize for the day ourselves, just like chatting with each other. I think I've mentioned it, but I'm in a season of change. So, moving from a 2-adult household to a 1-adult household was a change. So I used to go and work out at 6 a.m. at the gym. And it was awesome because it would boost my endorphins. It would get my mind right for the day. And unfortunately, with being a single household, that's just not a possibility anymore. Right. You can't leave a 4-year-old at home alone.
Right. Not in good conscience and without a trip from CPS.
Yes, exactly. So something I've enjoyed doing and that I hope to get back to someday is kind of on hold. So I'm currently going through a season of change on what my daily routine looks like. And so, and that's fine, right? And hopefully at some point I'll get back to it, but this is just where I'm at currently.
And specifically like your early morning routine, or do you feel like just
my whole daily routine? Okay. So pre 2-adult household, my schedule looked very different, right?
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of my prospecting from networking events in the evening. I can't evening network anymore.
No.
So there are groups that I was paying to be a part of that I would attend their monthly mixers.
Yeah.
And it's just not something I'm capable of doing anymore. Right.
Yeah.
My child is very open to going to certain things with me, but there is a limit, right? Like a 4-year-old doesn't want to spend weekly going to an adult mixer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just,
and also you don't want to deal with, because how much networking are you actually going to get done when you have a 4-year-old in tow?
Yep.
Like it's not, I say no to a lot of those things because in my head, and I'm not an extrovert, so it's extra hard for me, but it's like, no, get an introvert and a child involved in a situation and we're going to be fighting in the corner.
But it's a transition, right? So one of my prospecting pillars has now changed, right? Or even my gym. I got quite a few clients for my gym.
Yeah.
I still go, but I don't go as much. And I was really building momentum with that. And so it's just things change. So anyhow, we're early morning people in my household. So we wake up early. Okay. So from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., it's like golden peak mom's child bonding time. And
you mean 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
5:30 to 8 a.m.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for 2.5 hours, it is me and him. Mm-hmm. We are doing crafts. We are getting dressed. We are doing karaoke. We are singing. Like You're
such a great mom.
That is like our go-to me-him time, which is kind of funny, right? Because a lot of people think of that as like go, 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 rush, 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 get them out the door. Yeah. That is not our morning. We are connected in the morning. And then
it's amazing.
From 8:30, I would say is my drop-off time, quote unquote.
Okay.
That's when I'm dropping off at school. But again, I'm connecting with the school. Sometimes I have meetings at the school. Sometimes I'm talking to parents. So I would say I give myself a good 30 minutes for drop-off.
Okay.
Even though I live right down the street. Then by the time I get home, I mean from 8:30 a.m. till 11:30, I am grinding. That is when I am doing a lot of my pipeline, meaning I'm working on my active clients and active loans. That's when I'm following up, because a lot of people do their loan applications at night.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when I'm reviewing new loan applications, reviewing new documents, things like that. It's a lot of pickup. Yeah. So I am, again, we've talked about this before. I hate having things in my inbox. I hate it.
Hot potato.
I hate it. I hot potato it. So as soon as it comes in my inbox, I am getting it out to the next person because I don't want anyone waiting on me.
Yeah.
Especially when you are in contract or when you have a locked interest rate, we have a shot clock. I don't want that to be held up on my end whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's not what you need as a loan officer partner. And so that's what essentially my beginning of my day looks like. Okay. I wouldn't say I'm doing much prospecting during that time for that morning time, just because I'm in that grind period.
Well, and you've reached a level in your business where you always have active clients that need your attention, or loan applications that need to be completed. Yeah. For me, it's a little bit different because of the number of clients I work with throughout the year, there are times when I don't have any active listings or buyers in contract. So a little bit different.
And that happens sometimes for me too.
When was the last time that happened for you?
January.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was
freaking out
my pants.
Yeah. And then the next month you got triple your normal.
It's the season. It's the season, man. That happens in our industry. But so I would say at 11:30 I hit a block. I hit a mental block where I'm like, I need food in my belly. I need to step away from this computer. I need to go do something. Yeah. And there's always something that needs to be done. As a primary parent, you get this, right? Grocery shopping has to be done. An appointment has to be done. You have to go pick up something from somewhere. You have to go and do things, right? I have short hair. I have to get haircuts every 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. And so I have to get a haircut. I have to do something at some point. There's always something that has to get done. Yeah. I mean, even just like I had to buy a cabin air filter for my car for like the past 4 months.
Yeah. When there's an auto shop like
literally down the street.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I finally went yesterday.
How long did it take you to do the thing that you had been putting off for 4 months?
But it's been on my calendar and been on my list of things that I need to get done for so long. So it's just like beeping
it's
at
like
you,
a
right?
mental, yes.
It's like a mental thing. And so anyways, 11:30, I hit a block where I need to just step out and be away from my computer for an hour. Mm-hmm. I do. I still have my phone on me. Agents are still reaching out to me. Mm-hmm. I'm still like able to work, but like I'm not at my laptop.
Okay.
And then essentially that gives me an hour, so 12:30. Mm-hmm. And then usually from like 12:30 to 2, I am doing my last minute like whatever I can get done before 2 o'clock. Because as soon as 2 o'clock hits,
you're cutting you are counting down that buzzer. You're watching that buzzer, right?
Because as soon as 2 o'clock hits, that kid gets out of school, and that kid doesn't give a crap what I need to get done. Doesn't give a crap.
Nope.
And so I would say it is really hard to get a lot of things done between 2 and 7. I am a single parent household. I am on my own. I have a kid that needs constant attention because they're an only child. Yeah. So that's why whenever someone's like, you want to watch another kid? I'm like, great. Because when another kid's in my house, they're playing and I can actually get some more work done. Yeah. And then also I let my kid watch 30 minutes of TV. So I strategically use that 30 minutes for client call time. So if a client needs a call in the afternoon, I know that I can just put the TV on exactly when I need it to be and I can do those things, right? Yeah. And so I am working on my energy. Like you had said, I love that you had explained what energy blocking was. I'm working on the energy that I have, that my kid has. Yep. And so as soon as 7 p.m. hits and bedtime is over, I'm back to working, especially in my busy season right now. So from 7 to 11, I'm grinding again. Yeah. Again, people get home from their work. They finish their loan applications. They upload their documents. So I have to review those things, right?
So you must be someone who does not need to function on very many hours of sleep.
No.
If you're going to bed at 11 and waking up on your own by 5:30.
I don't go to bed at 11.
What time do you go to bed at?
I go to bed at like 1.
And you wake up on your own at 5:30 in the morning? Do you know what time my head hit the pillow and the lights were out last night? 8:20. 8:20. And my alarm goes off at 6:20 and I don't want to get up when it goes off. My body has a large need for sleep.
Yeah, I don't.
You are chaotic. I say this every time I see you.
You're so chaotic.
Yeah, and you just keep surprising me with how chaotic you are every time.
Yeah, I go to bed around because I need a moment for me too. Okay, like all of the things that I have to get done. So yeah.
Are you? Do you live in a constant state of being tired?
I don't know what it feels like to not be tired, so I don't know. This is just my norm.
How does your body like not force you to sleep in?
I don't know.
Like on the mornings that you don't have your child?
Yeah, like today. So I had a work event last night. I contacted my child's dad and I was like, hey, I have a work event. Would you like to have him tonight? And he said, yes. Thank the Lord. And so my child went to their house. So last night I went to bed at like 1 a.m.
and woke up
and
without an alarm.
I woke up without an alarm at 4 and then I was like, this is too early. And then I woke up at 5:30 and then I said, I think I can sleep in some more. And so I did make myself sleep in until 6. So
she slept in until 6, folks. She got a full 5 hours of sleep there.
I don't get a lot of sleep.
Sorry, I just don't. I have a really hard time with you. Your brain works so differently than mine.
Our brains work very differently.
So differently.
Yeah, I don't get much sleep because I mean, that's just like a breakdown of like my time.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes. Back to our conversation.
So that's a breakdown of my time, right?
Okay. Yes.
That's Monday through Friday.
Okay.
I will tell you, I treat Fridays a little bit differently than my Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
I think I go a little bit more lax on Fridays just because there's a lot of things that need to get done.
Yeah.
Right? Because the weekend.
It's like a flex day.
It's a flex day.
Can we call it a flex day?
Totally. Can call it a flex day. Huh. Friday's a flex day. Obviously, I'm still working. I'm still doing everything. But I also know that when the weekend is here and there's a kid with me 24/7,
nothing else is going to get done.
Nothing else is going to get done as well. So
Right.
like this is the day I'm doing laundry. This is the day that I'm getting my house cleaned up. I'm making sure that everything's like set to survive the weekend, right?
Yeah.
But anywho, weekends are really I'm a special case. I have weekends that I'm a parent and I have weekends I'm not a parent.
Sure.
So half the weekends I'm in parent mode, half of the weekends I'm not in parent mode.
Okay. And the way that you prioritize time, I assume, is very different depending on if you're in parent mode versus single mode.
Yeah. But even in single mode, I'm still a parent. That's
True.
the funny thing.
Okay.
Is like you would think, oh, this person has every other weekend off. They can just do whatever they want. I still have a parent. I'm still a parent. I still have to be T-ball coach. I still have to attend the games. I still have to do parenting things. I still have to also be on call on if something happens.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, I have to drop everything and be a parent again, right?
Yeah.
Because things inevitably happen.
Yeah.
And so, but on those weekends, I am available for open houses.
Okay.
I am, going to some more mixers. I'm also being an adult. I might go on a date. I might see my friends, But I would say that even on those days, I'm still working some capacity. I usually work maybe an hour and a half of actual work on Saturdays. And then Sundays, I try not to do anything.
Okay.
I really try not to do any work on Sundays. That is my goal.
Yeah.
Obviously, if an open house is needed, I will go do it. But actual physical work of looking at documents, I really try to ignore things on Sundays just to give myself one day of reprieve.
Yeah. And it's so needed too, because in our industry, can be so prone to burnout.
Yes.
And so I think that's why this episode is so important, and why we wanted to touch on it too is, yes, everyone in the industry is going to do it different, but I think hearing our perspective of how we avoid, how we do our best to schedule things in such a way as to avoid burnout. I noticed we talked about it a little bit differently, but it sounds like we both have flex days in our schedule. Yeah. Where, because I had said, I work 4 to 5 days a week. It depends. And you said, I work 4 days a week and then I have a flex day. I know. Yeah.
But even on top of that, I'm someone who complains about being busy. It's my champagne problem, right? I complain about being busy, but at the same time, I have a job that allows me to volunteer whenever I want to volunteer. I have a job that if my friends say they want to get lunch on a Wednesday, I can go and drive to Roseville and have lunch with her on a Wednesday, right? And so I have flexibility within my job too.
But this is hard because I feel like I have lots of thoughts that could be long thoughts or just short thoughts right now. Okay. But essentially, the way that you're talking about this is how we blend our life into real estate.
We do.
Right? Because you're saying, oh, I can take time to go with my friend and go to lunch on a Wednesday, which in some capacities is a reprieve, right? You get to hang out with your friend, but it's also double dipping because your friend, maybe someday will need to buy a house or need to get a refinance. Your friend has other friends that are going to need to refinance or get a mortgage and buy a house. And so by nurturing relationships, which is one of your pillars, relationships.
The hugest pillar.
The biggest pillar, something that may look like you are taking me time has rippled consequences, rippled effects.
Well, let's look at it in the last week for me. Okay. So my friend, Stacy, wanted to celebrate my birthday. And so we went to a Korean spa. We spent the day together. We briefly talked about work, very briefly. Yeah. Mostly hung out.
Yeah.
A few days later, she sent me a lead for a client of hers that needs to go to do a HELOC.
Yes.
My friends Rob and Jack and Christian McGlade, we wanted to have dinner together. Yeah. They're previous clients of mine, right? Okay. And so, again, they're friends of mine, but they're also previous clients of mine. So we're nurturing that relationship.
Right.
My friend Taylor, my best friend Taylor, she works as a designer at West Elm. She had a real estate agent come in and they connected really well. And she referred her real estate agent to follow my Instagram.
Yeah.
And then she sent me a lead this week. And so I love my people and I don't see them as dollar signs, but it's the fact of the matter is we are our businesses.
Yes. And I think we've talked about this before. And it's that thing of like, it's not icky. It's not like chasing people or chasing leads. It's the fact that our personal life and our business life are so intertwined and ways that we stay top of mind with our people. Yeah. And it's not here to be like, hey, remember me next time you hear someone needed to buy or sell real estate.
God.
It's more of like, hey, genuine connections. Especially with you, real estate always happens to come out even with strangers. Like you just like have, little conversations with people, and those touch points just bring you to the top of people's mind when they happen to be in conversation, in community with other people. And they're like, who would be really good for you is my good friend, Lenicia Lopez.
Well, and it's just about enjoying what we do though, right? Like,
yes.
I mean, like, I think there's some people in our industry, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I think there are some people in our industry who don't like our work. They don't like people.
Yeah.
They don't like doing this stuff. They feel like everything's gimmicky and pushy because they're making it so. And that's where you and I have said, no, we're turning this on the table. We're making this community forward. We're making this person to person forward. Mm-hmm. So we actually enjoy what we're doing.
Yes.
So us blending our lives doesn't feel icky or grimy because it's not icky or grimy.
Right. Yes.
I genuinely like doing what I do. I genuinely like talking about what I do. Mm-hmm. I was at a coffee shop the other day on Monday. I was heading to a conference and I stopped in a coffee shop because I was like, I'm really craving a little chai, a little pick-me-up for myself. And I get in there and this gal is this beautiful gal is in front of me. She orders and then it's pretty crowded and there was like these two seats. She's like, you can sit next to me. And so we start sitting next to each other and we're chatting and she's complimenting my glasses and then we're showing pictures of our pets to each other. And then she asked for my Instagram and I was like, oh my God, I think I found the new love of my life. And she brought up her boyfriend. And then she brought up that she was, hoping to buy a house in the next year. And so things just
stop it.
If I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for a loan. Okay. And so it's just,
oh my God. I love it so much though, because it's just so effortless.
It's effortless. I'm not trying. I wasn't trying. I was just trying to hit on a cute girl. And
I feel like this is literally what people long for. I think that the agents who listen to our podcast, we've had a few of them reach out. And they long for a business like this, right? And so I think us being able to be an example, I don't necessarily, I guess we've talked about it in the past about like how we lead generation or whatever. Yeah. It's just like this type of business you can't force. Mm-mm. Sorry, y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see like 3 different versions of ourselves because the camera keeps overheating in the sun.
Oh no, that's what was happening?
Yeah, it overheated and it turned off.
My gosh.
Anyway, I was just saying that, you can't fake it, right?
No.
Like this type of relationship-based business, you can't fake. You can't, like people long for this type of business, but it is something that you have to nurture over time.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're an extrovert like you and you can just find someone in a coffee shop that you can connect with and then they bear out their soul and tell you that they're going to buy a house in a year. But for people like me who are a little bit more introverted, it's a more of a long game situation over here.
No, it's just, I don't know. I genuinely enjoy what I do. So, I mean, like we talked about, a lot of our work is prospecting, right? Yeah. So we talked about in previous episodes what our pillars are. Mm-hmm. And so, for us, it's a meld of kids too, So yeah, it's me going and being a coach on my son's t-ball team, right? Like that is.
Or being the sponsor.
Or being the sponsor.
Can we say that?
Yes, I'm the sponsor of my son's t-ball team.
Okay.
Okay, this might sound really silly, everyone. But
tell them.
I really So when I was a little kid, I had a lot of friends who had parents who owned businesses, and I would see their parents' businesses on the back of their jerseys, and I would be really envious. And I had envy, and I was like, I wish my parents owned a business so I could have their name on the back of the jersey. And I was really jealous of that, really envious of that. And I'm kind of healing my inner child over here by like, and I know Galloway loves it. I know my child loves it. My child eats it up. My child loves that I volunteer at school. My child loves that my name is on the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
My child loves that a picture of his mama is at the baseball field.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's
like,
great.
It's great. And last year I got a lead from baseball.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I mean, I don't know why I said that so surprised. I'm sorry.
From a mom on the team.
Okay.
This year I have not yet, but the season just started.
It did.
And honestly, again, it's a long game, right? So even if a neighbor sees my picture there and they don't say, hey, I called you because of that. Like, it's just another way that I'm staying top of mind for people.
Can I share a secret?
Ooh, tell me.
So we have been kicking around the idea of our podcast being a sponsor next year. I love that idea because for our neighborhood it's a very middle class neighborhood, upper middle class neighborhood. And what is one thing that's very common with upper middle class neighborhoods is, you know who lives in these neighborhoods? Real estate agents. So there are like 15 realtors in our neighborhood that fight and vie for sponsorship opportunities and wanting their name on anything that has to do with like the neighborhood association or the sports teams or anything that like is this neighborhood specific. And there's always like at least 5 agents that have banners no matter where you go.
It's true.
And so I have never wanted to sponsor as a realtor because I don't know, like some of these people have been sponsoring, their banners have been seen for years and years and years and years and years. But for me, I feel like it would be super unique for the podcast to be a sponsor. And
that'll make heads turn.
It'll make heads turn. People listen to the podcast and, you know, they can find out that I'm a realtor by digging into the podcast. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt of like, what is this?
Okay, but I will tell you, people listening, sponsoring things are great. Great. But they mean nothing if you are not actually volunteering and being a part of that community.
Yes.
So this is my biggest irk is I was
actually thinking about that. Like many of those. Sorry. Okay. I'm putting 2 and 2 together right now.
There are a lot of people who sponsor these teams, which is great. Your money is needed. But if you are not out there being a part of it and being a face to that business, they're never going to put it two and two together.
Yeah.
So I was in my head about this for a while. There are a few mortgage brokerages that are pretty involved in associations. And I was really in my head about it. I'm like, oh, well, you know, they sponsor things or they're there. And then I was like, I don't want to step on toes and I don't want to go in there when they already have all these relationships set up. Well, I go to the events and I see that broker at a table by themselves with no one talking to them. And then I realized I can still do it. Because guess what? I'm going to go over there and build connections, right? Because it's not just about putting your name on something. It's about building the connections and being present.
So I'm wondering, is this one of those situations where would you say that there's room at the table? Or would you say that there is a hole that's not being met because these people are not fully committing to, they're not following all the way through?
I think there's seats at the table, but the thing is, I was constantly I didn't realize that there were holes for me to walk up, you know? And so now I'm seeing that there's a walkway right there that I can walk up to that table. Before I was just like in the crowd, but I stepped to the side and I saw, and now I see. So I think there was both.
Okay.
I think it was both. And so what I'm saying is, I know that you are like, oh, I don't want to just be another real estate agent putting my thing up.
Correct.
But I'm saying,
I mean, I actually have kids. I actually have kids on the teams, so that helps too.
You have kids on the team, but I do like the idea of us doing the podcast.
I do like the idea.
I like the idea of getting podcast swag.
Wait. Now I have like this vision of like when we put our poster together that we have to make it more of like a scavenger hunt type thing, like where we have to have a QR code on it, and people can like, I don't know,
find out more,
or like chance to win. So I don't know, but just make it so that it's more like a treasure hunt. Okay, maybe I'm thinking too deeply into it.
I'm liking this. But anywho,
we have a whole year.
The pillars are, being involved in my child's school. The pillars are me being involved in my neighborhood association. Pillars are me being involved on the sports team. Those are big pillars. And on top of that, I sit on 2 boards, right? I sit on 2 nonprofit boards, and I'm involved in another nonprofit. And so it's attending those meetings and everything. So on top of me juggling my work, quote unquote work, on top of me juggling parenthood, on top of me juggling running an entire household on my own, I'm also juggling being a part of these groups and showing up, not just paying my dues.
Can I, how last episode I said that your eyebrows were on fleek?
Yeah.
Can I just say that your toenails and the color are just, I mean, I don't know that we want to put feet on the internet, but I just want to,
Is this my moment to be on WikiFeet?
I just want to say that I love the color that you picked for your nails. They look so good.
Thank you.
They're like a green, and they're very springtimey, and
they're like grass.
They look, like they kind of look like my bathroom wall color, and I love them.
Thank
They're
you.
like better. They're a better version of my bathroom wall color.
My therapist and I talked about me spending money on myself when I told her I cried about not wanting to buy Grubhub. And so she tasked me with starting to spend little bits of money on myself. She's like, how much can you afford? She's like, just a little bit of money on yourself. You need to be okay with it.
Gosh,
so I went and got my nails done by myself.
I love it.
Thanks.
Sorry. You're just so distracting to me when we talk. There are things about you.
I'm just so gorgeous.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
But anyways, it's just, we are juggling all of these things, right? So when we're talking about day in a life, we are talking about a day in life as a business person and as a real person as well. Like, just because we work doesn't mean that we turn off all of our other jobs. And then the screwballs happen.
Ooh. Yeah, they do.
You want to talk about a recent screwball, Amanda?
Yeah, sure. Oh, God. How about the fact that 3 out of the first 4 days this week, no, I guess it was only 2 days, because I kept my son home from school yesterday, or not yesterday, on Monday. So I kept him home from school on Monday. On Tuesday, I get a call at lunchtime that he's in the office crying. He's having headaches and stomach issues. And then he kind of makes it through the day. And then on Wednesday, because I am so flippin' focused on buying this car, I decide I need to go and I need to test drive my car.
Yeah.
Right? And so famous last words, I text you right as I'm leaving. I'm like, hey, by the way, knowing my son and knowing my luck, I'm going to be rolling into Roseville and get a call from the school.
You spoke it into existence.
I really did. I just know. I know my child.
Yeah.
And so I went, did the test drive, was on my way back. And what do you know? I got a call from the school. Thankfully, I was already on my way back. It wasn't like heading into there. It was heading on the way back. But I got a call from the school that he was not feeling well, had a headache, that they giving him an ice pack and putting him in a dark room and asking if I wanted to come pick him up. So, but this happens all the time as primary parents, right? Like, it doesn't matter that this wasn't a income producing activity. It doesn't matter. It's happened before. So one of my pillars is community and being with mom groups. And I lead a nature mom group, and I take my daughter to that nature mom group. Like, it's 2 times a month.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I am at that group and I get a call from the school in the middle and I have to stop my networking with these other moms and I have to say, hey, you guys, my kid's not feeling well. I have to go pick him up. So it happens so often. And so all that to say, screw ups happen.
Yeah, screwballs happen. And I mean, it happens, like you said, not only for our business, but for our personal, which kind of blend together.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I'm 32.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in my early 30s. A lot of my friends.
Don't eat it.
Oh, God. We almost watched Doc eat a butterfly.
He's a bird dog and he doesn't go after birds, but he will sure as shit go after butterflies.
But I'm in the precarious time when a lot of my friends don't have kids or have chosen to never have kids. And so, trying to get with a friend over coffee, and then I have to, I have childcare, or childcare happens to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a mom that was going to hang out with my child so that I can go to a work event, and she ended up getting an ear infection. And so that meant that I had to completely change things, and it derailed it. And that's okay. I'm not mad at her because I'm so appreciative of a mom being willing to do that for me. Yeah. But the thing is, that happens. Or you want to hang out with a friend who wants to talk about work stuff, and they are not a kid person. There are people in this world that are just not kid people.
Right. Yes.
And I love them. We talked about kid-focused screwballs, but another screwball sometimes happens with a client. Client screwballs happen sometimes. So I said I don't like to work on Sundays, right? I try my best not to work on Sundays.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to work on a Sunday. Sometimes
Yes.
I get a message from a real estate agent saying, urgent, need to put an offer on this house because they were reviewing offers at 5 p.m. today. So then I have to stop everything, review new documents on a Sunday when I wasn't planning on doing so.
I think this is also a good time to point out the difference between productive and busy. You're not doing busy work, but you're doing productive work. And your time is very, especially as a primary parent, you have to focus on the productive work versus the busy work. We don't have time for busy work.
No. And I think that was a luxury I had before.
Mm-hmm.
As having someone else in the house, I could do busy work. I could schlep around. I could take a little bit longer. I could meander.
Also, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I think that busy work is different for everyone. So if, for example, social media is not one of your prospecting pillars, and you are spending your time doing a perfect Instagram post, then that's busy work.
Yep.
Something that maybe relates to everyone is if you have an open house and you spend hours on an open house flyer, that's busy work.
Yeah.
If you're a real estate agent and you do an open house with a lender, as you should, then you should be using your partner, your lending partner, to do those types of things for you. You don't need to be spending your time. And I think you have programs, right?
I have programs. I pay monthly for programs to do this stuff. So use your lender.
Use your lender. I just wanted to, because I know that is a question we've received a couple of times too, of what's the difference between productive and busy work? And I think one, it depends on what your pillars are, your prospecting pillars. And two, is it something that you can be outsourcing or should be outsourcing for either free or low cost?
Yes.
Then it's busy work.
Well, that's really funny you bring that up, because with social media, I do get quite a few leads. Social media is actually one of my biggest lead generators. Mm-hmm. Funny thing though, it's my raw, uncut videos that make me money. Mm-hmm. Whenever I try making a curated post that took me so freaking long to make, and I'm editing it because that's not what I'm good at. I'm doing all this stuff. Those ones, I don't get any comments on. But I also know they're somewhat important, because then when people go to my page, they see these things and get the information.
Sure.
But no,
it's bigger picture, but still.
People like my videos where I just rant for a minute about something.
Which is why I think people like our podcast
I just
too.
rant.
Oh.
But, it's like you said, or for me, I realize that when I clean, I get too detailed, and it takes me 6 hours. And then I realized I was spending 6 hours every Sunday cleaning.
Okay.
So now I got a cleaner, and I pay $260 a month. She comes to my house twice a month, and my house is clean.
Oh my God. So worth it.
And so it's just finding those things, the busy work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it busy work that actually makes you happy?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, because then maybe that's something that you keep.
Sure.
If you have the time.
But if you have the time, yes.
But you have to figure out where these things are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just because people say that I should make these curated social media videos, if it's busy work and it's taking me a really long time and it's not actually making me money, maybe I don't focus on that.
For sure. I know that was a little bit of a tangent. It's not quite wrapped up. It's not quite day in the life.
Yeah.
But it is tangentially, right?
Yeah.
Like what are we doing with that time that we are dedicating? So anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really talk about like the meat of it all, but like when I say that I'm working, I mean like it's like the actual work. It's not the most exciting, people, but it's really needed for you guys. It's me sitting at a computer. It's me scrubbing your bank statements. Yes, that means I look at every single page of your bank statements and every single line. That means that I'm reading your taxes. That means that I'm making sure all your documents are valid. Because the thing is, I'm reviewing all this before it goes to an underwriter, because as soon as the underwriter has it, they're going to have a million more questions. Yeah. So if you send me something that doesn't need to get to the underwriter, I'm like the security guard making sure it doesn't go over there, leading to those extra documents. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like the meat of it. And the thing is, every single person you talk in our industry is going to tell you a different story.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
We're just giving you our perspective.
We're giving you our perspective because we know that some of you are in our industry. Some of you might be new to our industry. Some of you might be just looking for a new way of loving the industry.
And some of you just like to hear us chat.
You're just a yapper. And we appreciate you. We appreciate all of you. Mm-hmm. And if any of this makes you strike up a question or, makes you want to talk about it further, you know how to reach us. This isn't new.
Yeah, for sure. You can find us on Instagram. What is our handle? Is it the Realty Check podcast or just Realty Check podcast?
I believe it's the Realty Check podcast.
I don't even know how to reach us, apparently. If you check the show notes, we definitely put it all in the show notes. Leni is looking it up for us right now, but you can DM us, find us on Instagram. In the show notes are our phone numbers, our emails, and
you can find it all.
Yeah.
But our Instagram is
not coming up.
No. I don't think I have service out here.
Wait. Let me hold on.
Here we go. It's called Realty Check Podcast.
Okay.
Realty Check Podcast.
Realty Check Podcast.
And you can also find her at Explore Sac Living, and you can find me at Leni, your loan officer.
That's it. And then here's the last thing I wanted to note is that, this is our general day in the life, but summer break is right around the corner. And everything changes as a primary parent when the kids are home from school. So we are going to take another episode. Is it our next episode?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to take another episode to continue to talk about schedules and what schedules look like during breaks, during holidays, and when things get a little crazy.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more chaos.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That's Realty Check.
Real lives, real estate, and the conversations most people do not want to have.
We'll talk soon.